Alrighty, thanks for joining me. We are about to do Strange Harvest Bio Research. We're playing Icarus. What I'm going to show you is how you can make about 500 space bucks an hour, which is the meta game reward currency. You can make about 500 space bucks an hour. Probably a little less, but it evens out to about that. So you load in. Immediately start harvesting some stuff. What you're trying to do is find rocks. Unfortunately, it's morning. Ooh, make sure you don't get crushed by Dr. E3 Money. He's my partner in crime for this. He's going to try and help me out. So we're trying to find some rocks. So all we're trying to do is get just the basics. So we want a pickaxe, a bow, and a knife. And we probably don't even need all of that. It's just easier to get more stones for arrows. You just want a bunch of stones, so you just mine for as long as you want stones for. You could possibly skip this portion, right? If you want to cut down even more time. But if you come across anything that you need to deal with, right, then you will want to have at least enough weaponry to deal with it. So you want a bow, a handful of arrows, a knife if it gets close. That's about it. All right, so now what we're doing is we are heading. There are 3 locations on this map. All you have to do is head up, touch some flowers on them, and then you're all good, okay? So pick stuff up while you run, or don't, whatever. The first place you're heading for is in the broad center of J14 on the northeastern side of the lake in J14. L14 corner is where Drew wants to go. Dr. E3 Money wants to go. He has to go there to get his. So there's 3 of them. The plan is I will get one, he will get the second. Pick up oxites because it's faster that way, and we'll also pick up berries along the way. No, not soybeans. All right, oxite and berries. Berries gives us food and water. If we're fast enough. Look, we got 1 oxide out of that, whereas if we just hit F here, we get 3. So it's way faster. I think. I mean, it might be faster. Might be faster to stand there and mine an entire... There's a wolf. I'm just going to risk it. Go straight past him. We're not trying to... we're not going for XP in this. We're going purely for the meta currency. So there's not really any point in trying to fight stuff unless I'm convinced it's in our way, or in my way, rather. So, no need to do it. So the first place we're going is J14. Drew will be going to the top left corner at L14, and then he will go to the sort of top middle of L12. The recording's going to be a little bit odd because I had to redo the voiceover, so I just want to let you know that is happening. What was that spooky noise? Ahead of time. So, chamois. So it's not that difficult to do. It takes about 12 minutes, maybe 13. If there's definitely I'm not saying I'm not a speedrunner. I like to watch speedrunners, but I'm not a speedrunner. I'm sure there are ways that you can cut down on this time, but yeah. To start off with, 12-ish minutes, not including loading. So yeah, 500 an hour is probably a little optimistic. 450 an hour is probably a little bit more sane. I believe Dr. E3 is about to start a fight with a bear for no reason.
Bear.
Yeah.
Bear. I see me. Fuck. I walked right into him.
So we're going to pivot a little bit. We're going to alter our plans because what's going to happen is there's no way if you die, you start from scratch. We're not building respawn elements or anything like that. There's no way to mitigate that kind of stuff. So if you die, you start from scratch. So it's going to take longer for Drew to get to the top of L14 now. I'll put a map that I took a screenshot of it, so of the map, so you can see the locations. I'll put that up. But so that's Drew respawning in. He just took an XP penalty for sure, which is always a bummer. But it is the price that you paid. See, I actually kind of understand. So that's actually, before I get sidetracked, that's the flower that we're looking for. So you run up. You want to touch this from as far out as possible. Yeah, not a big deal. It's a buffalo. Touch it. Run. Run away. It does like a poison gas that you can always hear. I don't know if you can hear pots and pans in the background, but it does like a poison gas, and it slows you down as well, so you don't want to trigger that if you can help it. I'm going to pop my berries now. Berries are like give you a good buff. They replenish your food and water.
I have to do the second one because I'm starting with a deep wound. I'm gonna
So Drew's in a lot of trouble.
I've been killed by a bear, so if I can't kill an animal and get some bone, I can't make a suture kit, and then I will die.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to L12. I'll just mouse over it for you. That's where we're going, but you'll see it on the map. The locations are on the map, and yeah, you can make loads of money doing this. Anyway, the reason I reckon there's a XP, there has to be an XP sink if you die. I don't know why I stopped for that. Is because otherwise, I missed that one, but I didn't go back. At least there's that. Is that what you'd be able to do is exploit like you wind up on these long expeditions, right? And then this is super risky, but you don't want to break your legs, basically. Woof. You go on these super long expeditions, and then you have to return to your dropship, and the default random position for a respawn is close to the dropship, so that it doesn't dump you into a location. That was pretty slick. Into a location that you're unable to do anything about. So they have to have an XP sink to have some sort of cost. Drew's just saying he found his suture kit, so he's not going to die a second time. So at least we've got that going for us. Anyway, buffalo doesn't matter.
Where did you reckon this one was?
So Drew has a lot of trouble working out where I'm talking about, but it is the top middle of L12. You'll see it again. It's on the map. I should bring up the map. I did not say at the top. I repeatedly said at the bottom, but he was convinced it had to be at the top. Anyway, yeah, they have to sync your XP. There has to be a cost for the respawn. You have to have some sort of cost. On the other hand, when you're playing solo, you'll respawn a lot more, and so I feel like the XP sync should be almost zero, to be honest, because the reality is playing solo is so much harder that you're already paying a cost. Here's the second flower. Tap it from afar. Grab some berries on the way back. Now I'm gonna bolt for my dropship. Drew is going to find the other flower eventually.
Top of the cliff, yeah. Top of the ridge, but
He's still stuck on this top of the ridge thing.
Bottom of the ridge.
See? Like, this is what I'm saying. Okay, so I should mouse over it, maybe. I think I did. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, there we go. It just showed up. Actually, you should have been able to see it really briefly. I don't think I should show the map again, but anyway, we're done.
You did it, and lived to tell the tale.
Live to tell the tale. We're 100 space bucks richer, which is nice.
And it could have been slightly quicker, maybe.
So we debate whether or not it would be quicker.
One of them someone has to run 12, then maybe that's not quicker. We'll have to measure the distance between the L12 and L14.
What we theorize is that the host, if it's 2 people, the host might be faster doing the L14 and the L12 locations because they have to leave second anyway. And I believe it is a further distance to run to L14 and then back up to the top middle of L12 than it is to run down to the middle of J14 and all the way back to your dropship, just based on just some real simple trigonometry. Oof. That's why you don't jump into lakes if you don't know how deep they are. So I just hurt myself apparently. That's helpful. Drew Bailey gave me a great beacon for where my dropship is, because there it is. So I'm just going to sprint over to it. Hop on out. And press the big red button. Finished. Done. And that is the timer. Like I said, about 12 minutes. So we're not going to have done many milestones. We didn't get loads of XP. But none of that matters. That's not what this run is about. It is about getting that money so you can buy fancy things to take with you. So we go select character, select my boy Joby with his terrible face paint. We've got 250. I had 150 before. It's a $100 thing. So now I can buy this. And I've unlocked the path to these bows. Which punt. They go fast. Have a look at these arrows. Like, why would you pay 50 bucks, 50 space bucks for 25 arrows? That is bananas. That's crazy stuff. Like, maybe a venom arrow, maybe the neurotoxin, maybe the flange arrow. I don't know, 60 to 70. I don't know what an arrow does in damage, but well, that one costs exotic material as well as the regular space bucks. You can buy armor that you take with you on the way down. We don't know how to repair stuff you bring down, but yeah, there's loads of other stuff that you can buy. And you've got these slots in your suits and stuff. Anyway, that is it. That's how you speedrun a fresh bit of cash. Space cash in Icarus out today.